What is the future of remote working? It is obvious that COVID-19 has changed the way we work for the unforeseen future. Plain and simple, remote work is the future, and I think it is safe to say that becoming a remote worker is a wise decision for the future workforce. Even before the pandemic, million-dollar companies were transitioning to remote work for many reasons: cost efficiency, employee health and happiness, and increased productivity, just to name a few. So what does the future of remote work look like? In my opinion, the future of remote work looks quite bright and long-lasting. I think that the millennial generation, those born between 1981 and 1996, will become more agile remote workers. And as time passes, the millennial generation will become more comfortable as remote workers and continue the new remote workflow. A recent survey from Pew Research Center in Washington, D.C. shared that only 60% of the millennial generation feel productive as remote workers, while 67% of Generation X, those born between 1965 and 1980, and the 72% of baby boomers, those who are born even before, from 46 to 64, feeling most productive when working remotely. So, experts have been surprised that tech-savvy millennials are claiming to have trouble working from home, especially because their generation is known for their technological skills, often being referred as the digital natives, because they were raised with technology. Now, the largest proportion of the workforce, Generation Z, the one born after 1997, agree that the millennial generation about remote work. They agree with them. And I'm quite intrigued by these responses of the youth and their adverse reaction to remote work. I assume younger generations live with roommates, maybe in smaller apartments, making working from home more distracting and less productive. Who knows? Though the many case studies I have reviewed, most recently, for example, the one of Slack's latest survey, the monotonous 9 to 5 has been a repeat for decades and no longer serves anyone's best interest. People want flexibility. They want a better work-life balance. The modern remote worker wants to enjoy the life they work for every day. They want a new routine that works for them. And with the many advances in technology, they can have the work-life balance they desire and deserve. By late summer 2020, more workers in the US, around 44%, and in the UK, 45%, were primarily working from home than in the office. Interesting is that the reverse was true in Japan, 52%, France 58%, Germany 51%, and Australia 39%, where more workers reported going into the office than work from home, just the opposite. The most popular results of remote work include cost efficiency, no commute, increased productivity, and overall better work-life balance. We talked about it. Before the outbreak of the pandemic, the average US worker commuted 45 minutes every day. Interesting fact is now, 72% of workers reported that they would actually prefer a combination of remote work and traditional office work. A hybrid working environment, if you will. While many prefer remote work, it is not for everyone, as humans are naturally social creatures and often feel isolated when working remotely. I think giving people options is essential to allow them to be productive in ways that work best for them.